Hello, hello. I feel like I'm always so excited. I'm always like so nervously excited for this. I'm just giving it a couple seconds. Unless anybody wants to really tune in live, you know what I mean? But if you're catching this later, I appreciate it. Okay. I did well, let me introduce myself first and then I'll kind of go over some announcements, some housekeeping stuff, and then we can get into the reading. So, my name is Ashante Marie. I am the CEO and founder of Embodied Spirituality, um, who's also the parent company of Obsidian Lace, where I sell my sage sprays and other love made jewelry. Uh, this channel, what is this channel about? Spiritual things, right? How do you embody spirituality? How you come into contact with spirituality? I feel like everybody's on different paths trying to unlock everything, right? Trying to unlock so many different things, and there's so many different places and resources where you can find information. And I just want to be a helpful one for those who are tuning into me. That's what this is for. This is also how I connect to spirit. This is also something that speaks true to my heart. So that's pretty much what I'm here for. I don't know why I'm getting messages, but of course it is what it is. Ah, okay. Anywho, work. Always, bro. Always. So outside of that, welcome to Embodied Spirituality. I hope you guys feel like you found a home here in some ways, even if you pop in and out, but just drop some love. You can subscribe, you can like, you can share. Any of those things would be great. Even leaving an emoji would make me feel like, something's going on, something's happening. Love is being shared, right? It's an energy exchange. Um, so I'm here this year. I'm going to be doing some videos on clearing the path to success every week, and yeah, because I know that everybody wants success, and this is such a Jordan year, the 2023. Like how epic are you going to become? Right? How sensational, how marvelous, right? How elite, how refined are you going to become? So that's kind of what these readings are about. You know, we all go through our ebbs and our flows. So let's clear it. A couple of things that I wanted to talk about first was kind of this last week. Like, how was this last week for everybody? I feel like low key, after rewatching my video, there was certain shit that was super freaking helpful. Like one of the biggest things is really defining like what success is to you. Um, and I broke it down to being like, what does success look like for me tomorrow? Like, what would a successful tomorrow look like? What would a successful next week? But then I started to go the other way too. I said, how would I feel successful in the next 3 hours? In the next hour? What would make me feel like I'm succeeding at my goals? Right? I went out to a year, 3 years, and like just spending that time with myself. I did talk about the whole daydreaming and letting your mind wander. And so that was nice too, to sit and kind of be like, okay, this is what success looks like 3 weeks for me, or 3 months for me, or 6 months. And it started to make me think of like, oh, okay, if these are the things that I want, like there are other things that I need to kind of be in consistent practice of now so that I can actually achieve that. Like it's not that it's not doable, it's just that sometimes you need to break it into smaller steps. um, so that it is doable. You can't eat the whole pie in one sitting, and you can, but you can make yourself sick while doing it. So, yeah, y'all know what I'm saying. Um, what else did I want to talk about? If you guys are tuning in and tuned into this last video from last week, and you guys are wondering like, what happened to the first video? I kind of hit it. I had it posted for like a day or two, and then I went back, and then I was just like, I'm gonna hide it. Like this is just it was it wasn't makeshifty, but it felt makeshifty, right? Like I'd set it up, I had the cameras rolling, and then all of a sudden the lighting changed, like a lot. A lot to where you could only see like half of the cards or half of even like the table spread. You couldn't really see the crystals anymore. I was like, oh my God. So you can see me live ruffling around a little bit with my setup. And I kind of felt a little bad about it. But I think I'm going to repost it. I think I'm going to repost it. If I can get like 5 likes and 3 comments, maybe I'll post the first week if you guys are interested. If not, maybe I'll post it whenever I feel like it. I also felt like I took care of some things this week, so I hope that you felt like you took care of some things this last week too. The other thing that I think that I learned from, that I believe, um, that helped a lot in last week, or from last week to this week, was that whole taking the judgment out of your distractions. Like realizing that you be getting distracted and like getting in your own way and not judging yourself for it and being like, okay, well, I see it for what it is. Like, don't I want to do better? Like, doesn't my goal align with doing better? Um, And I think that was very helpful because I definitely came across some moments where I was like, Ashante, you need to not be doing that. And instead of being like berating myself, which is, not uncommon, um, I was more just like, yeah, you're right. You're right. It was just that friendly reminder of like, do you think that you should be eating that, knowing that you deal with heartburn? And you're like, you know what? You're right. You're right. I probably shouldn't eat that. So I think that was something that was big for me, which I appreciated a lot. What else did I write this? Oh, having 2 drinks in my hand. Like it kind of was leaning into double fisting last week. And I felt like I kept coming across moments of like holding 2 things, even if it wasn't like alcohol, right? Having like water and tea or water and coffee, or soda and champagne or whatever the fuck, right? Um, but just kept finding myself in those moments, and I don't know. I don't know what that really fully means. I feel like I have to like suss it out a little bit more. But carrying two things in your hands, and that was like a thing. Even when I went to the bar, I don't know, holding gifts in both hands, like I don't know. Anyways, so I look forward to what's gonna come out of this video. I'm a little more nervous about it, but I'll tap in once I tap in. Like once I pull the cards and really get in, then I will. But these are announcements, so I'm all like la 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 la. I don't know. One personal thing I was gonna talk about, like me eating sweets this week, but it's really just to say that my birthday's coming up, and I'm really excited about it. I'm excited about it. I'm nervous about it, but I'm excited about it. I do have my sprays here. I have Awakening Transitions with me today. Right, it was kind of made around the fall equinox, really to kind of mark the transitional times of that period. And so I feel like these are some high transitional times. I don't know what's been going on this winter season, but it's a little bit extra. It's a little bit extra where I feel like we're all really kind of going through it. And I always feel like that happens, but it seems much more visible, right? It seems more doable and not as dark, but it definitely seems like it's in the light. And I don't know if it's just because I'm in California. We have people dealing with like flooding and landslides. or what, or like because everybody kind of got a little sick over this last winter. Yeah, I just feel like this is interesting times. I feel like we may be going through a collective awakening. We're going through a collective awakening. So, perfect spray to kind of lock you in and get you like back into the day some. So I want to spray myself really. Peace. Yeah. This one is like it's not like meant to be a super calming spray, but it is. It kind of gives you that more nature feeling though, like being out in the woods. The base is like eucalyptus and some lemongrass and a couple other things in there. And to me, it just smells like being in nature. It's kind of fresh. And just like connecting back to earth. Like this spray really feels like, oh, I've sat on the grass for like, I mean, if you're cool with grass, sat on the grass for like an hour or two. And now I feel like my equilibrium is like way more balanced. That's what I kind of feel like this spray is about. I feel like this is like, oh, okay. My equilibrium was off and I didn't know how off it was until I got back here. That's what this spray feels like. So I implore you to check it out, order it. Order it yourself. Delicious. You can find it at embodiedspirituality.net. That's where you can get this stuff from. Anywho, yeah, we're about to go. Let's start. I'm gonna start pulling these cards a little bit, and then we're gonna start reading. I have a regular Rider-Waite deck. Ooh, look at that at the bottom of the deck. I didn't even know. Hey, you better come through. Lovers at the bottom of the deck. We got some major energy coming through. I was just doing some like pre-shuffling just to like freshen up the energy of my decks. And this in the regular your standard Rider-Waite deck, some good major arcanas was at the surface or showing themselves. So I definitely feel like this is gonna be a boss week. Maybe because it's Martin Luther King's weekend. It's also Ashante Marie's week. You know what I mean? We got some heavy hitters. We got some heavy hitters. A week of celebration, of unity. Let's get into it. We're going to shuffle. I'm so excited. Forgive me. I am so excited. Okay. Focus for the week of January 16th through 22nd. What is our focus of the week? Focus of the week. I do want to shuffle though, just regular mix. Yeah, tell me how your week was. I want to know, how was that last week? And what are you looking forward to in this next one? Una más. And shuffle. All right. All right, focus for the week. Your focus for the week of January 16th to 22nd. We'll take them. We'll see. Obstacles on the pathway. Obstacles on the pathway. Part 2. Obstacles on the pathway. Interesting. What is this? Okay, we'll see. All right, we'll see. 4th, how to overcome and lay a sturdy foundation. Right at the end of the tunnel. Right at the end of the tunnel. There's something else with laying a sturdy foundation. Give me one more for that, please, Spirit. What else do you need for lighting? A sturdy foundation. Anything else? Okay. Light at the end of the tunnel. Nice. Light. Okay. These cards seem interesting today. I can't even see them all because some of them are face down. But it just feels like even how they're coming out is interesting. And the outcome. I honestly did not get messages all morning until I started to do this live. Isn't that spirit? Okay. All right. Um, yeah. What did I do with that card? Do y'all know? I don't know. So we're gonna have to pull that again. I am sorry. Look, all types of distracted. Oh no, these are together. Got you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. There we go. I was like, wait, what? Huh? Um, the Oracle card for the week. I'm using the Chakra Wisdom Oracle Guide or deck again. This is the guidebook, but I'm using the deck again. But I also brought out because I just wanted one extra message. I feel like last week we needed just one just sealer, but I'm probably gonna pull it at the end. It's the Angels and Ancestors Oracle. Okay, so let's look forward to that. Let's pull this the Oracle overall for this reading of January 15th through 22nd, or 16th through 22nd. Excuse me. Okay. I feel like there's one more. I feel like there's extra cards today, but I feel like they wanted me to just take another one, and I was like, or take another 3, and I was like, that's a lot. It's a lot, Spirit. Thank you, thank you. All right, let's get it in. I did pray before we started, grounded myself a little bit before we jumped in. I pray that this message reaches you with clarity and with some resonance, and that it is helpful and it is for your highest good and everybody's highest good of all involved. And that spirit comes through. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, let's jump in. Focus for the week. The first thing that I heard was like being super clear about how you want to make your money. And we talked about that with like, learning what success is, but being very clear about like how you want to make your money. I feel like it also has to do with the integrity of how you want to make your money, right? Like some people can make money by like, oh, I'm going to swindle people here and there. But I think that there's something pressing about how you're doing so with integrity, how you're showing up in the world, how you're taking action. We got the King of Swords, right? We got the Page of Wands, a little glaring, and then the Ace of Pentacles. Okay. I feel like we may be coming into this week a little bit of I don't know, a little bit of dual energy, very stoic, but then also like a playful, jovial energy, goofy like energy. Two swords. Yeah, I definitely think it's holding both of your personalities in play this week, about the get work done, but also, you know what it reminds me of? Prime example. I was watching a show the other day, and there's this guy who looks like, and this is like all college kids, he looks like just, a jock, who um, maybe could have even been perceived as like a player too cool or too laid back, but really he's just like really respectful and caring, and like even though he was trying to mess around with this like other type of girl, he was really sweet. Like he came to her party, she was all about just wanting to live life and be free, and he brought us like some real flowers, and you don't expect it. Like I just feel like it's this combination of like holding yourself in this very like proper stoic light, but then also like he still had a fun side. He would party, but he was responsible. He was like a responsible partier. And like during the week of a big game, he was like, nope, I don't go out, even though it's homecoming and it's like the big thing and everybody's raging. He's like, nope, I don't go out. I focus on just keeping my mind and my body clear going into the game. Appreciate that. Like, I appreciate that idea of like, when it comes to my work, I'm about my business, you know? Like, I'll have fun and stuff. Don't get it twisted. I'll have fun and stuff. And I can play what I want to play. But when it comes down to my business, I'm a little bit more serious and I'm a little bit more focused, and committed and driven, but like committed. So that's kind of the vibe that I'm getting off of this week, getting off of these cards, especially. And your focus is going to be your money, about how you're bringing in more money, not only this week, but this season, how responsible you are with your money, how caring you are with your money, how generous you are with your money. I think this is going to be a big week too about, um, maybe even clearing out some of your pathways, when it comes to money. A lot of times people don't feel like money is coming to them because they can't attract money. Um, or they can attract money, but they can't keep money. Um, or there's somebody always out there to get your money. And I think this week is really going to be about coming into a better, healthier relationship with money. So I think that would be one of the meditations that I would, offer you to practice or try, even if it's journaling it out or Google ideas, like it doesn't have to be my ways, find other ways. But if you want more and you feel like it's not necessarily coming to you, or you're not in the same alignment with it as you want to be, then this is the time to practice clearing up those channels and making sure that what how you used to operate, and think about it, is not necessarily how you want to operate or think about it going forward. I think you're still going to have some challenges this week that feel like something, but they're super manageable. It's definitely going to feel like uphill, but like a quick overcome. I feel like in another way, it may feel efforted. You may feel like you have to put in a little bit of effort, like a day or 2 days of effort, but then you'll succeed. So I just kind of feel like it's this like 2 day, 1 day projects that um, are going to be at the forefront of this week for you. Forefront? Okay, sure. Obstacles on the pathway. So, although we were pulling major energy vibes, I still don't know what the rest is going on in this deck. It's all flipped over. We'll see. Um, I like it to be a surprise too. A surprise for me is a surprise for you. Um, although we had major energy at the beginning of the reading too, and I got super excited for it, we also have major energy when it comes to the obstacles on the pathway. You have both the Justice card and the Hierophant. Okay. So first off, with the Justice card, it's really making me feel like there's some paperwork that you need to attend to. I know that me just saying that now reminded me that I have a business license that I need to renew. Um, when you operate in multiple places, you got to keep up with multiple things. But so yeah, definitely think that there's some paperwork that you're going to need to take care of this week. There may be some other legal matters. I don't know if there's somebody that is coming after you for small claims or trying to sue you or what. I feel like there's some official paperwork that needs to be handled this week that is going to feel like the uphill battle. But you should be able, I think, again, to take care of it in a couple of days and get over the hurdle. But it's definitely about sitting down and or taking care of what you need to do and talk to the people that you need to talk to get it handled. So I think that's going to be an obstacle of the week. Don't overlook your work and take some time to just like check your finances. Maybe go through some old mail. Like maybe there's something out there or a bill that you don't know about that can affect some other shit. So um, now, with the Hierophant coming up, you know what it really makes me feel like? With the Hierophant coming up and with the focus of the week, talking about how you relate to money, I think with the Hierophant coming up, because the Hierophant to me is a spiritual teacher. It's a, you know, a sage, a Reiki master, a priest, you know, a religious leader of some sort, like somebody who's leading you in spiritual teachings and helping you influence your day to day choices. Um, this being the obstacle of the week, I feel like you may be coming into question about, I wasn't going to say the people, but maybe the people, but also challenging really like your old beliefs, because your beliefs is your spirituality, right? And so even if it does have to do with like the common the common teaching, right? Um, in certain areas is money is the root of all evil. That is a religious teaching, okay? And you, me, anybody may need to come into that conversation with yourself about how do you really feel about that. And if it's the root of all evil, when you're wanting for money or asking for money, are you asking for evil? And then do you feel like you're aligned with the divine or with spirit or with God? You know, when you're in that space, like, do you feel like Jesus is in your corner being like, yeah, get that bag? Or do you feel like Jesus is like, don't get that bag? Don't get that bag. Or is it something in between, which is like, get that bag, get it right. The integrity of how you make your money, bruh. Listen, the integrity of how you make your money and how you share your money. So I think it's definitely you're gonna be going through this transition of reestablishing some of your beliefs that could be embedded from spiritual teachings of the past. Okay. And one thing that I would offer up, my one of my beliefs to try and change that old thought of money is the root of all evil. I actually believe how people relate to it, how people can relate to it, is actually the root of evil, um, and not the thing itself. And then when you even just sit and think about money like this construct that is made up, this is pieces of paper that we have added value to represent something that means a shit ton in the world of you know modern day living. But like, that's a lot of things to come to terms with. That's a lot to sit with. So I think that that's one of the big parts of this week for you, taking care of your legal matters, but also clearing your beliefs or reevaluating your beliefs. And this is all gonna, both of these fully affect your root chakra. And then I really feel like they affect your crown chakra. Like both that root and that crown are gonna shift quite a bit as you sit and shift within yourself. Yeah. Finding a new equilibrium, a new balance within yourself. I like that. I like that for all of us. I love that for me. I don't know about y'all. Okay. How to overcome and lay a sturdy foundation. How to overcome and lay a sturdy foundation. I love this stuff. It's so much fun. It's so much fun. Oh my gosh. You are going to be able to overcome all of this by making the decision that you can create the life that you want to live, that you can have anything that you want to have, that everything is at your disposal, that you can create, that you are the magician, right? You are a great manifester. I think once you start to clear out what you feel on the inside, it will start to influence how you move and do and operate on the outside. I think something about being creative is going to be imperative for this week. Surround yourself with a ton of nature. So last week I said go to nature. This week I'm like flowers and bloomings, like not just greenery, not just water. Like you need to be around something that blooms. Buy some flowers, put them in your room, put them in your space. Um, Put it as your screensaver even for a week. You know what I mean? Like even that I think is going to, or watch a video, watch nature's, whatever, the geographic people, national, there you go, National Geographic, or like the how the earth was created, where you can just see them like open and blossom, and like that's really going to be super important. And I think eating some fresh fruits and vegetables, especially fruits and berries, if you can find any berries this year or during this time of the year. Yeah, something that's like more berry, like even pomegranates, grapes, like not like a banana or orange or apple or anything like that. Like maybe an apple, but definitely more like berry, like juicy, juicy fruits. Juicy fruits. I think as you start to clear that out and like know that you can create the life that you want to live and you start to actually go for that, and focus in on that, I think that is the foundation is in itself. Because it's once you clear and reestablish a new set of beliefs, then the new foundation will be laid. And yes, there needs to be like more building that needs to happen on top of that, but the foundation, the new foundation, will be laid. It is up to you to bring to life what this is supposed to look like for you. But once you clear out what it means, what do you even think about people who have a lot of money? What does that do for you? Do you say, "Oh, that person," when you meet them in person especially, uh that person think they too good cuz they got money. Oh, they look like money. Okay, are you being a hater? How do you feel like you are going to attract that to yourself? Do you even really want that? How do you feel like you're going to attract any of that to yourself if that's how you really feel about it, you know? And are you going to feel like aligned with the divine if you're in that space? Yeah. I feel like any extra words that I say to this would overrun the message. It's you and God, bro. It's you and God. And if you don't necessarily ascribe to like the regular name of God, or you do source or universal spirit, all of that, you and the divine, you and the universe. But whoever you it is that you believe is the light of this world, um, it's you and them, and getting on the same page with them. How much do you trust the divine to take care of you? You know, not in a lazy, I'm just gonna sit on my ass and things will fall from the sky sort of way, but like believing that if I'm moving in the way that God wants me to move, it is automatic that God will take care of me in the ways that I need to be cared for. I don't know. I feel like that's a lot for you. Not to say that it's nothing for me. I'm just saying that that's a lot for you to have to sit with if this is your first time sitting with it, you know, and it's not for me to fill in the gaps, um, and put words in your mouth or mind, but it's really for you to allow your own natural thoughts to come out of it. Because there's some people who can be like, oh, I've been broke. I feel like I've been broke from, my whole life. And even though I may not have felt like, me personally felt like I've been broke, my whole life. I may have the belief that I felt poor for a long time, or I felt very low income for a long time. Like that's what I feel. I feel low income, right? Like to even have that as a feeling. Oh, yeah, like that's a whole energy. That's a whole energy that's covering your life. You know? Like how do you clear that cloud? How do you clear that cloud? By clearing up your true beliefs and figuring out what those are. Just like you need to figure out what success means for you, you also need to figure out what monetary success or abundance, what does abundance feel like for you? What does that actually mean? Luxury for somebody else does not mean the same luxury for me. You know, some people's luxury is like sitting in a more cold, isolated, super modern room. And that's not me. I'm more like, let's sit in a nice Airbnb in the rainforest. You know what I mean? Like that is luxury to me, you know? So there's that. Okay. Light at the end of the tunnel. Okay. Mm, okay. Light at the end of the tunnel. Now that I'm seeing the cards. The light at the end of the tunnel is that you're gonna feel super abundant. You're gonna feel. We pulled this card last week at some point of it. I don't remember which one, but you're gonna feel super abundant. You're gonna feel prosperity and prosperous. That's what I was gonna try and say. You'll feel prosperity. And then again, we still got all these fruits and grapes and lusciousness. Like eat some fruits and berries and some grapes. You know. Um, And even that, if you start that at the beginning of the week and you kind of continue, like trickle it through the rest of the week, your body is going to feel different than what it felt like if you didn't have that. And that's also a part of abundance. You feeling more alive. Alive. I also feel like you're going to have a great conversation around money. Like that's also going to be the light at the end of the tunnel. I feel like you're going to have a great conversation around money. With somebody, and maybe it's you and somebody else having the conversation about what money means like for you, or also even having a conversation with maybe a parent or your aunts and uncles or somebody or your grandparent to kind of see how did they relate to money and what do they feel about money and what relates for you or what did you pick up from them that maybe doesn't necessarily resonate or what do you want to change, what generational um, curse or setback, what generational setback do you want to break the mindset around, shift the mindset around? And that can come from just like a nice conversation with somebody else, a friend, a loved one, anybody, when it comes to money. So not only are you going to start feeling more abundant, but you're going to have an abundant experience with somebody and have a conversation around what money means to both of you guys. That makes a lot of sense when it comes to these other cards too. Having the conversation and being clear, but like, you know, combating that old shit, right? This is you like fighting for a better belief system. You fighting for um, being able to attract money or be in aligned with money, being aligned with money, you know? Like I truly have a fundamental belief that I like when it comes to manifesting money through my work, I feel, especially one area of my work, I feel like that is like a no brainer for me. But I had to come to that. Like, I had to, as soon as I'm like, okay, well, I want to manifest more lessons, I usually have more lessons. You know, it's more so like I got to be careful what I wish for, or get a little bit more specific about it. Last year I was like, okay, I would love if I had more lessons and could add an extra day. And I added an extra day and I said, this extra day is killer. This does not feel abundant to me. I may make a couple more dollars here and there, but it does not make me feel more abundant. So I decided, all right, know what I really want. I still want to keep all of these students. I want to mainstream my schedule to like 5 days a week going to this one place. Um, And then if I do give up extra hours on these days, I want it to be on these specific days throughout these specific hours. And then God is like, okay, here you go, a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit here, a little bit there. Money falling from the sky. I believe in that. Amen. Okay. So So yeah, you combating the old beliefs. Um, but I think it's like this conversation. This conversation is gonna prove to you that you are putting some of this old shit to rest. You are letting that shit go, and picking up a new light-hearted, jovial energy around your ability to make, have, and share money. Nothing wrong with that. I think it's a super beautiful thing. So I think the light at the end of the tunnel will be the conversation, and you will have a realization um, in those moments. And you're like, yeah, things have shifted for me. Again, we got this view of like these birds at the top, which is going to be that sign that there is life ahead. Okay. That there is life ahead. See, I also feel like that's exactly what this is. You have these like stormy clouds. It had to rain. It had to get all of you know, the weight out a little bit more. And then you'll go and shift into this like, uh, there's still clouds, but they're shifting. They've released what they needed to release so that they can shift and go where they need to go, go where they need to flow. All right. Yeah, we're gonna try and keep this under a certain time. Ugh, I do not like this outcome card, my guys. I really don't like this outcome card, guys. We're gonna ask some a clarifying. We're gonna do a clarifying poll. But the outcome is the Seven of Swords. Probably one of the wackest cards to kind of come out after this type of reading. Like, truly, truly. Because this is a card of like theft, of somebody stealing, um, or taking from you, or taking something that isn't theirs. Like, that's what this card is. I'm like, my positive spin on it. If I want to look at this in a positive light, I feel like somebody else is going to take these old beliefs off of you and run with it. And or they're going to try and influence you. Not the same person that you had the conversation with earlier, but maybe like somebody else. And you know what? Sometimes that happens when you're like high flying and you're just like, I'm living in this great new world. You got somebody who's gonna come and try and kick at your fucking shins. Sorry, we cuss around here in these streets. Um, and to me, that is not okay. But to me, it doesn't feel like they're gonna make off with anything important, right? You may have like a tiny bit of a setback or what can maybe be seen from somebody else's point of view as a setback. But say it's like, I'm doing good. I'm attracting all of this money and stuff, or in this different mindset. But then I just got this bill for $50 at the tail end of this week or something. And even though I was about to spend this $50 on something else, I have to spend my $50 on this. And in all honesty, it's not going to be too much sweat off your back, but it's still going to feel like the fuck. Um, and will challenge your new belief system. But that's what happens when you have any type of belief system. It's going to be challenged, and the reason why it's challenged is for you to know that it's your new belief system. Like, you can choose to continue to believe it or abandon the ship. So it may be a little bit of a challenge. Like, it could be something so simple as like you just bought a new pair of pants and like you ripped them and you're like, fuck, I was really excited about these new pair of pants, but now I got this hole in it and I don't want to like fix it myself, or maybe I can fix it myself, or maybe I can return it. Like, it's going to be something like that. It's like an easy fix, but it's going to feel like a little bit of an irritation. And I think that that's going to be the challenge of you, or the challenge of the week, of you just trying to like settle in your beliefs and really feel grounded in it. After this minor challenge, you can choose to still be like, well, I'm still abundant. I'm abundant enough to still, like, even if that was the case, say it is a pair of pants or something and ended up having a hole in it. Like, instead of being like, oh, darn, like I gotta go and like I gotta go take it back. That means I gotta drive back over there, or like to the outlets or whatever. And I didn't really have time for it, but like I could squeeze it in. That is where I will challenge you to shift your perspective. Instead of being like, damn, I gotta go drive it back out to, wherever, Walnut Creek, to take this shit back or to return it. Like, you can look at it as, although this is not something that I want to do, and I would prefer to maybe not have to do this. One, I'm grateful that I have a car or a mode of transportation, right? That I can help pay for the gas for. I'm grateful that I do have this 2 hour block of time that I can go out there. Having time is abundance. Um, and then knowing me, I'm somebody, I'm like, look, I'm going to treat myself for this. So if I got to drive all the way to Walnut Creek, the least I'm going to get out of it is either a good cup of coffee or some ice cream, right? But more than likely, it may even be a meal. But even abundant enough to be able to add that on. Okay, I get to try this new coffee place because I don't spend time out there. So let me try this coffee here, and then it's the best mind-blowing coffee. But you have to, like, it's something that's going to bring you to something better. It's something that's going to bring you to something better. That's what I feel like this outcome is. It just may feel like a little slighty. It may feel a little slighty. But it can bring you to something better, and it will bring you to something better. I choose to believe that. I choose to believe that. I mean, at the bottom of the deck of the reading, anyways, we have the Eight of Pentacles, which is another card that we had last week. And it's just about continuing to focus and refine your craft. Focus and refine your craft. Anything else about the Seven of Swords? All these swords. There's a lot of communication going on around here. Or that needs to go on around here. Let me check out something real quick. Okay. Yeah. We have, let me go back to this thing. We have the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords to the rescue. Definitely being courageous and taking action. And I think that's gonna be it. Taking action against whatever this fucking slidey thing is that's gonna go on and happen. Like, like, nah, bruh, I'm about this. Right? I may be new to this, but I'm true to it. You know? You know? That's kind of what I feel like this energy is about. Making sure that you like charge ahead towards your beliefs. Um, to defend your beliefs, your new beliefs that really align with the person that you truly are. And that's what it is. It's not just fighting for, oh, just a flippant new belief system. It's really just fighting for who you are. What do you truly like? I truly believe in abundance. I truly believe in happiness and in love and success. Um, and there may be times where I'm misaligned and I don't feel that way. But my true essence is love, and love is abundant, you know? So you really are just going to be fighting for your true essence, right? Not this old foolery, hoolery, doolery, hickory, dickory, tick tock, that may be going on. Because the fucking world and especially the government will have you tripping. Will have you tripping balls and thinking something else. And these news out here, they will tell you that there is not enough for everybody. And that is a lie. You know that that is a lie, right? A lot of sevens still. All right. My mama. Not sure. Almost done. That was the cards. Now we're into the oracle cards that I pulled, which is the oracle overall for the reading. We have confusion, and I'll read from the book for these cards just because they'd be a lot, and I want to make sure y'all know that I'm reading what it says. We have confusion, which I feel like is going to be really true as you kind of sift through all of these thoughts and beliefs around your money and around abundance. It's going to feel like a tug of war a little bit. And to me, I've started to really come into awareness that, like, it's not that you're confused, it's that you're busy trying to believe something that doesn't make sense to you, you know? And it's a little bit of what I was saying last week, but it's also just kind of how I've started to process some things, like, especially coming out of relationships with certain people, where it's like I'm in the relationship and I feel all confused and stuff. And then when I get out of it and time has passed, I realize, like, no, I wasn't confused. Like, I may have felt confused, but if I'm feeling confused, that is the indication that something is wrong. Something is in misalignment. And some shit just is not making sense to you. And if it's not making sense to you, that means it's not right. It's not right. But sometimes you gotta sit with that shit to realize and be able to call it out for what it is. So you may be feeling a little confused, sit with it and tell it to sit the fuck down. And then once you do that, you'll feel renewed. A new energy. Like, this is also coming from like this desolate place of what you feel like non-abundance is, into coming into a place of knowing that you feel completely abundant. Like, this is like my old beliefs, these are my new beliefs. Old, new. Like, dry, fertile, right? Dead, alive. Like, so let me read this from the book. Okay? A little bit. I don't read the whole thing. I read most of it, though. Confusion. The silver cloud. Every silver lining has a cloud. Okay? The inspiration is through the willingness to be in confusion, through the willingness of being in confusion, we find clarity. No, there is nothing to solve. There is nothing to solve. Meditation and quiet time will bring clarity. Exactly what I said. All right, personal inquiry. Can I see confusion as a good thing? It shows me where there's mismanagement. Can I learn to let go of needing an immediate outcome? Can I let go of needing an immediate outcome? Yeah, sometimes we are trying to make the decision too fast, which is what aids to the confusion because we're trying to like, what is it? What is it? What is it? And maybe it's really just like, okay, no, maybe just sit with it. And like, sometimes the outcome is space. Sometimes the outcome is journaling your beliefs. Sometimes, you know, you just gotta wait on it a little bit. But allow yourself to recognize that that's what's going on. Key ideas: allowing confusion, spiritual support, we appreciate you, consequences of actions, and finding love. Keywords: clarity, support, revelation. The at a glance says, when you are in the unknown, it may be a little comfort to know that you are safe. Understand that your angels have brought you to this point. You may need more information at this time. Remain still and allow inspiration in. It will come. Trusting in the fact that all of these things will be cleared. Then we have renewal. I think that was one of the cards we got last week too, no? Yeah. Renewal. The geranium card. This is another beginning. The inspiration. What appears to be an end may not be one after all. This may turn into a remarkable opportunity. Trust that whatever is coming is better than what you have known at this point. Trust that whatever is coming is better than what you have known to this point. Your personal inquiry. Am I positive in the face of change or defeated? I feel like I'm getting this stuff on my lips. And it's distracting me, no lie. Thank you. Bye-bye. Am I positive in the face of change or defeated? Am I ready to step into the new me? Are you ready to step into your new me? Into your new me? Into the new you? Am I ready to step into the new me? Lord God. Okay. Key ideas: sourcing for a more beneficial place, trying to find a more equilibrium space to operate from, feeling in the dark, change in circumstances, and unexpected blessings. Keywords: regeneration, awakening, fortune. You're being offered, the at a glance, you're being offered a chance to awaken to a new life. You may need to deepen your roots and anchor yourself by taking stock of what you like to create. This is a time to start again and grow a strong foundation. Emoji of the year. Emoji of the freaking year. Who got questions? All right, we're about to wrap this up. This is the last card coming from the angels and ancestors oracle guide, but this is just a message. Whatever message you want to let us know, spirit, that we can use and heed throughout this week that'll give us life and encouragement and hope, you know. All right. Ooh, 2 cards came out. We got Earth Guardian, beautiful, beautiful. Stay rooted and grounded. And then we have Warrior. Be fearless and stand strong. Strong, grounded, rooted, fearless. Strong, grounded, rooted, fearless. Didn't we talk about the root chakra? Didn't we talk about foundation? Hmm. Didn't I say even sitting down in the earth when you sit in nature? What that feel like? How it changed you? Okay. Thank you, Jesus. All right. Earth Guardian. Such a pretty card. Focus on the card. Take time to connect deeply with the energy of the earth so that you can feel supported and make decisions based on strength and integrity. Oh, am I going to read this whole thing? Maybe. Okay, about the Earth Guardian represents the angels of the earth who bring the medicine of feeling grounded and strong. They are the protectors of the land and the planet and can help you connect with your mission here and how you can support the evolution of the planet. The Earth Guardian on this card is a beautiful part angel, part elemental, who is non binary, showing that they are in a divine being without human gender. Their staff, adorned with a dream catcher, shows that they have the capacity to help you ground your dreams in reality. Extended message. It's important for you to take a grounded approach to your current situation. If you're rushing ahead or making a decision based on your more fearful responses, you will miss out on the growth you deserve. Take some time to calm down and get grounded before proceeding further. Relax, breathe, relax, and connect to your center. Then consider what to do. It's important to plant seeds that are going to grow into something beautiful rather than turning into a weed you have to deal with. I honestly love this. I honestly love this. This is so much. And again, it still makes me emotional. It makes me emotional because it's so like this shit is ringing. It's ringing, you know? I love that. Okay. Warrior, the message. Don't back down. Make your opinions heard. Don't settle for second best. The about. A warrior is anyone who is ready and willing to know themselves. Ready and willing to know themselves. And to do what needs to be done in order to get where they want to be. Bro, tell me, tell me. Tell me that's not what we were talking about since the very beginning of this. In this deck, the warrior embodies fierce primal love. The warrior within, the energy you can call on to protect yourself. Even if you don't think you love yourself, if you are exposed to a situation that can be harmful or dangerous, the steps you take to protect yourself are, in fact, acts of fierce love. Although the warrior in this card is surrounded by darkness, he is of the light. The warrior within is made of light and has a capacity to shine even more brightly when facing darkness head on. The extended message. If you're experiencing fear at this time, know that This means whatever is going on is important to you. Wherever you feel fear, you're on the verge of something big, perhaps a massive breakthrough that is going to really help you move forward. If you have a situation on your hands where you have to face someone or something that's been unsettling you, know that you are being guided to call upon your inner warrior. Don't falter and don't be frightened because you have the energy to protect yourself now and at all times. That song, Have a Little Faith in Me, came up at the very end. I don't even know what else to say. I mean, I feel like maybe I'll get used to these readings blowing me away by the end of it. But uh, I'm really just super grateful that this was a good message for me and hopefully for everybody who's tuned into this. So if you have made it all the way here at this 111 mark of this video, go ahead and drop a like. Go ahead and subscribe. You already here now. Might as well. But I hope you have a great week. I think you definitely got to just get on top of your shit, though. Be on top of your shit this week. But, you know, make it like 75% work and 25% play or something like that. Something. Just balance it out. Balance it out a little bit. And play can mean just being, throwing a football with your friends in the yard or kicking around a soccer ball, But definitely fruits, veggies, feel abundant, be gentle with yourself. I think a lot of times when you're clearing out old, funky, donkey, smelly, expired beliefs, um, it can feel rough. It can feel like you're exposed. Um, so, yeah, my message would just be gentle with yourself. Be clear. Be gentle. But also be firm. All right, that is all. Love you. Have a blessed week. I will see you next weekend, which is my birthday weekend. So I don't know what day I'm gonna do it. Maybe not Sunday. I may just do Monday morning next week. So that would be like the 23rd. I'll see y'all January 23rd. Have an abundant week. Blessings. Can I turn this off? I'm not sure. They don't be wanting me to turn it off. They be like, nah, nah, nah. Stay around, why don't you? Nah. See you soon.